Hi everybody, thank you for watching. So today's video is going to be a new Will I Buy It? So I post my Will I Buy It videos every single Wednesday, and what I do in my Will I Buy It is I talk about makeup and if I will or will not purchase a product and why or why not, kind of my thoughts on it. A lot of times I will go over new makeup launches, but I also go over like if things are coming back in stock or just popular items, or if I'm just getting a lot of comments from you guys on what you want to see in my Will I Buy It. That is what I talk about in each video. I started these it was probably in the summer or so. I started doing the Will I Buy It as a way to be able to talk about new or popular makeup without feeling the pressure of buying everything, because I cannot afford to buy everything and I do not get PR packages. So I thought it would be a fun way to still be able to talk about what I think about the releases and if I'll buy them, and kind of how a regular person decides where to put her money for her makeup, because there's always so many new products coming out and launches and collaborations, etc., that it can get pretty overwhelming. So it's a fun way to give my opinions, but then also you guys are so good at giving your opinions as well of what you think about them and what you're gonna buy, and you know why you decided it's right for you, why it's not right for you. So these are probably my favorite videos to read the comments through. I do read and respond to all of the comments, but I think these are my favorite videos to read your guys' comments because I really like getting your feedback as well. So as always, I do have a lot to talk about, so why don't I go ahead and jump into this week's Will I Buy It? Okay, so first up, I was actually getting a lot of questions about some new launches from Dose of Colors, so I thought I would talk about it in this video. So they have a highlighter that's releasing and then 3 new liquid lipsticks. So Dose of Colors, I've actually never purchased from them. I did talk about them in one of my past Will I Buy It videos. I think it was on the ice cream palette, and I mentioned how I've never purchased from them, but I would really like to, and I still have not purchased from them. So I want to throw that out there right away that I have not purchased from them. So the highlight they released is called Gold is the New Black. I'll insert a photo in here so you can see it. It looks like a gold highlighter. It looks beautiful. It says from their website, meet our new Supreme Glow Highlighter, Gold is the New Black, the perfect shade of gold, packed with color yet applies weightlessly, creating an illuminated effect. These are $28 each. It looks really beautiful, like it looks like a bar of gold to me. $28 is pretty steep for me to buy a single highlighter because you can buy an Anastasia Glow Kit for $40 and get 4 highlighters. So that's a little steep. I'm just looking on the website right now under the description, and there is no information about the amount of product in it, because I was going to try to talk about that, but I don't know, it looks like a good size highlighter from what I can see, but looking on the description, it doesn't say limit 2 per color. It says it's cruelty-free, gluten-free, talc-free, it has the ingredients, but it does not have, right there on the website, it doesn't have the size of it, so I don't know that answer. Okay, so like I said, right off the bat, $28, that's just pretty expensive to me for a highlighter. I really do like highlights, and I have a lot of highlighters, but $28 I think is going to be too steep for me. Gold, like true gold highlights, I don't own a ton of them. Probably the closest one I'd say is Prosecco Pop from Becca and Jaclyn Hill. I really do like it. I think gold can tend to look really good on darker skin tones. I still will rock it with my lighter skin tone, but definitely like when I have a tan and just my face is a little bit darker, I think the gold pops a lot more on me. Am I feeling like I need to have a lot of gold? No. I kind of ish have a gold one on today. I have on Butterscotch from Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's in the Sweets Glow Kit. That one has, you know, kind of like the butterscotch goldish type of tones, but honestly, from what I have in my highlight collection, I'm fine, and I don't need to spend $28 on a single highlighter. That's just steep for me. And like I said, I've never purchased from Dose of Colors, so sometimes that's harder because you kind of don't really know what to expect from a brand. I'm still planning on making a purchase from them sometime. Probably gonna happen in 2017, but I'm gonna skip over the highlighter. So the other thing that they came out with 3 new liquid lipstick shades. So the liquid lipsticks from Dose of Colors honestly probably excite me the most. If I had to like pick anything to buy from Dose of Colors, it's probably going to be their matte liquid lipsticks, because so many people seem to love them. I have heard so many people talk about their liquid lipsticks and how great the formula is, long-lasting, comfortable, great colors, etc. So I feel like Stone from Dose of Colors is like one of the most hyped about liquid lipsticks that there is out there. So one of the new shades is in Cold Shoulder, which is kind of interesting because I'm wearing a Cold Shoulder top right now, so that's kind of funny. So Cold Shoulder, it says it's a smoky purple with cool gray undertone. Picture to me, it looks like a pretty deep purple actually. Probably not a color that I would wear a lot. Looks like each of their liquid lipsticks are $18, and this is actually out of the 3 new ones. This is the only one I see on the website that is sold out, so even if I wanted to get it right now, it is sold out. It just says an estimated restock date is to be announced. So not sure when that one is going to come back. But for me, that one is not particularly what I love in a liquid lipstick. I probably would pass over that color even if it was in stock anyways, just because I tend not to go for the darker lips a ton. I'm much more of like nude, brown, pink type of gal. You know, of course I like to step out of my comfort zone every once in a while, but I don't think I would purchase that one even if it was in stock. So another new one is called Rosebud. Again, all of these are $18. This one is in stock. This says it's a soft cotton candy pink with a lavender undertone. These liquid lipsticks looks like there's a limit of 2 per customer, in case you were wondering. So this one I actually really do like. I like this color. I feel like I would like it on me. I feel like this would be the one that I would probably gravitate towards the most, just because I think it would be the favorite color on me. $18 I do not think is bad for a liquid lipstick. Anastasia's are 20, Kat Von D is 20, I think Steele is like 24. I think like Kylie's single liquid lipsticks are like $17. So I mean, it's right up there in the high-end market. So $18 to me is not a bad price. Looking on the Dose of Colors website, you get free shipping at $40. I have to say that I don't think I would get this one either. Don't feel like right now I need it in my collection. I have a lot of lipsticks. I need to do a lipstick declutter video sometime soon because lipsticks are like my weakness. I talk about a lot in the Will I Buy It videos that I'm not an eyeshadow palette junkie, I'm not a blush junkie, but I'm a lipstick junkie. You guys, I bought a lipstick set in the Sephora VIB sale, which was what, like in November? I have not even opened it yet. Like, that is how many lipsticks that I have. And I wear lipstick almost every single day. I film every day to every other day. So I'm wearing lipsticks a lot. I'm constantly making Instagram tutorials and I still have not even been able to open that set. Like, I have a problem and I need to declutter. So honestly, that's my biggest reason. I think it's a gorgeous color, but it just, to me, it doesn't make sense right now to keep putting lipsticks in my collection. And then I know I'm gonna, like tomorrow, I'll probably go to the drugstore and find a lipstick and buy it. It's a problem, you guys. It's a problem. But the last shade that they released is called Supernatural. It is a beige nude with a honey undertone, $18, limit 2 per person. This one, it looks really pretty. It kind of reminds me a bit of Exposed from Kylie Cosmetics, which I own. Again, that's just looking at a swatch photo. You know, obviously not trying it on my lips or anything, but from what I see, it kind of reminds me of the Kylie Cosmetics and Exposed. And truthfully, kind of these types of nudes aren't my favorite. I just recently tried Nudie Patootie from Wet n Wild. I do have a full video on the new Wet n Wild liquid lipsticks because of course I bought some, as I'm over here complaining about my lipstick collection. I just bought 3 new ones from Wet n Wild. But kind of like the straight nudes like that, I don't think are very flattering on my skin tone. I'm much more like, I need nude pink or nude brown, or like not just nude or nude beige. I don't think they look the best on me. So again, that's just not a color that I would really prefer. And then for the other reasons that I talked about, just purchasing the liquid lipsticks in general, I'm gonna pass over these right now from Dose of Colors. I'm gonna pass over the highlight. I don't need it. It's a little bit pricey in my opinion, but I think I'm gonna purchase from Dose of Colors at some point this year. I'll probably get lipsticks. I'll probably get a stone because everybody talks about it. But let me know what you guys think about Dose of Colors. Have you guys ordered from them? What do you think of them? Do you have favorite products from them? Were they a miss from you? Please let me know in the comments down below because I would love to read them and maybe get a few guidance or suggestions on what I should purchase when I decide to make a purchase from Dose of Colors. Okay, the next one that was getting a lot of questions asked is a new collab from Colourpop, and it is in collaboration with Amanda Steele. So there is an eyeshadow palette, there's 3 lippies, and then there is 3 eyeshadows, single eyeshadows. And to be really honest, I'm not really sure who Amanda Steele is. I always feel like really stupid when I say that because I'm not trying to sound rude or anything along those lines because Amanda still doesn't know who I am either. I did look her up. She's Makeup by Mandy, so she has YouTube and Instagram, which is great, and so I definitely want to check her out now that I know. I don't know, I just want to be honest about that, just being honest. So the collab wouldn't necessarily encourage me to buy the products, if that makes sense, but not all collabs do. I always go back to the Style by Harush palette with Tarte Cosmetics is one of my favorites, and I really wasn't that familiar with Harush before I bought it either, and I ended up loving it. So it really doesn't, you know, the collabs don't always encourage me to buy the products is all that I'm trying to say. So there's a eyeshadow palette and it's $18 and it comes with 4 eyeshadows. So there is a satin pale pink, a matte cool gray, a matte deepened teal, and a matte deepened purple. It looks pretty and the packaging looks pretty. The colors aren't anything that like knock my socks off or that are like, I really need to have that. I have a couple of like teal greens in my collection as it is, and I hardly reach for them. Ooh, and I always feel bad because I think it's such a pretty color and I really love how it looks on my eyes, but I just hardly reach for them. I'm so much more like just neutral and super boring, but it is what it is. So $18 for the eyeshadow palette, I probably wouldn't do it. And then there's the 3 lippies. So there's Jiffy, which is an ultra satin lip, Chaps, which is an ultra matte lip, and Hack, which is an ultra glossy lip. So a satin, a matte, and a glossy. It looks to be more of a nude color. Chaps is kind of like a darker purple, and then the gloss looks to be like a pink gloss. Again, I'm just gonna skip over them, you guys. I don't know, does anyone else often feel very overwhelmed by the amount of makeup releases? I mean, I know that I'm a beauty blogger and I get excited about new releases and I like to talk about them, but at the same time, if I like think about how much money I'm spending on all of these, like it is kind of sickening. So I don't know, sometimes I'm just like, another new release, another new release, another new release. It's like, I don't need all of this makeup. And I know I feel like I should get like my beauty vlogger card taken away from me when I say that, and I'm supposed to be like encouraging people to buy, but a lot of you guys also say that you like the Will I Buys because it makes you stop and think a little bit more about what you're purchasing, and you know, if you really do need to be buying even more makeup, you put your money towards something else type of thing, and that actually makes me really happy. It really does. I don't come from a lot. I don't come from anything, to be honest with you guys. So I just feel like sometimes when I look around at my makeup collection and my brushes and just what I have already and what I've worked really hard to be able to buy for myself, I'm like, do I really need to keep padding it with all of this stuff, you know? No, probably not. Do I still buy things? Yes, but I feel like I'm getting better at buying the things that I really want to buy, or you know, that I really want to review, or just that I really feel good about. Like I'm not making a lot of purchases just because, or just to have it, or just to say that I have it, you know what I mean? And that's kind of something for 2017 that I also really want to focus on. There's a lot of things that I would like to have and places that I would like to go, and I won't get there if I just continually keep spending money on another nude lipstick and another eyeshadow palette, you know what I mean? So not to get like down and out about anything like that, or you know, try to say like we shouldn't be spending our money on makeup, or I'm not going to spend money on makeup the rest of the year, because that's totally not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that I really do try to pay better attention. I would love to be able to buy some more lighting, and I'd love to be able to upgrade my camera and you know, things like that, and I'm not going to be able to obtain those goals if I just keep spending money on makeup, you know? So that's all I want to say there. Maybe some of you can relate to that. But the last items in there are single eyeshadows, and these are all $5. So there's Ignition, it looks to be like a pretty purple, Hydroplane, which looks to be like another type of teal green, and then Steele, which looks like a light pink. You know, of course, like I say, I don't really wear like the crazy colors a lot, but my eyes immediately go to Hydroplane, which is kind of like the teal with some sparkle in it. Because I don't know why, you guys. That's like where my eyes go. That I was like, oh, I'd really like that color. But then I'm like, no, you don't wear it enough. Like, what are you thinking? Oh. But I mean, again, they look really pretty, but, and Colourpop is super affordable. I mean, $5 for a single eyeshadow, you really can't beat that. Really good prices. I like Colourpop a lot. They're a brand I purchased from a lot. I'm wearing Colourpop on my lips right now. I do like Colourpop, but just, you know, in the scheme of everything that I've been talking about, and, you know, just that the products don't necessarily scream out to me. I say it a lot in my Will I Buy It videos as well, that I don't need to convince myself to purchase makeup. There's so many products out there and so many new releases coming out there that a product will scream at me. It will say, Samantha, I need you to buy this. And those are the products that I need to consider buying. If there's products that are coming out that I'm not hearing anything from them, I don't need to convince myself to buy them because there's going to be all these over here shouting at me. So hopefully that makes sense. But I'm going to pass over the Amanda Steele and Colourpop Cosmetics collab. So Tarte Cosmetics released a new Rainforest of the Sea eyeshadow palette. It says it is volume 2. So I actually really wanted to get the first Rainforest of the Sea palette from Tarte. I don't know why. It was something that, again, was kind of more calling my name, and I really considered getting it. I almost purchased it, but I actually went into Sephora and was able to swatch it. And I didn't really love the swatches. They just seemed a little too like light and shimmery for me. Like they just didn't pack enough punch for me. So I decided to skip over the original Rainforest of the Sea eyeshadow palette from Tarte. So now they are back in with a second one. I'll leave the photo down here. Again, it looks really pretty. I like the packaging of it. I like that it's kind of like the circle, and you know, the pan sizes look to be really decent sizes. From the website, it says crease-free eyeshadow palette with the best-selling creamy powder formula in 8 new cool tone shades. So you have a white shimmer, an off-white, a yellow gold, a caramel, chestnut, dark brown, shimmering slate, and steel blue. It is $36. It does say that it's limited edition. So I feel like I talk about it in every Will I Buy It video. I talk about limited edition, but I still, just on last week's video, someone said, why is it a red flag if something is limited edition? So just real quick, why I don't like to purchase a ton of limited edition or limited quantity is because then it's harder to talk about in tutorials and use the products because a lot of people were not able to get them or missed out on them, or now they're not available. So it's harder to use. You know, you want to be using the products that are still for sale or people still, you know, can get. Am I ever going to not purchase anything that's limited edition or limited quantity? No, that's not possible. I definitely still will, but it's something that I try to keep in the back of my mind, is make sure I'm not putting more into my makeup collection that's harder to use on camera. So that's why I try to stay away from limited edition. So limited edition isn't great, but honestly, I'm probably gonna pass over this one too because I didn't love how the first palette swatched for me. And I don't know, I mean, it says it's a best-selling eyeshadow formula, but at the same time, I really don't see a lot of people talk about this eyeshadow palette. People talk about like the Tartelette and Bloom way more than the Rainforest of the Sea eyeshadow palette. So kind of when you see people not talking about products as much, to me, that means they're probably not loving on it as much. So that's kind of where my mind goes. So I don't know, maybe people had the same experience as I did. I just didn't love the swatches on the first one. So that's kind of what's taking me away from the second one. I don't purchase eyeshadow palettes a ton, or I try not to at least, because I have a lot of eyeshadow palettes. I have a lot of single eyeshadows and sort of thing. So I don't feel like I need more at this time. Sometimes I can get overwhelmed when I'm doing my makeup. I'm like, how did I get this many eyeshadow palettes? Like, what am I doing? But because of those reasons, I'm gonna go ahead and skip over the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Volume 2 palette. But let me know, did you guys get the first one? Are you planning on getting the second one? What did you think about the first one? I would love to know your opinions on that. Tarte's one of my favorite brands. I purchase from them very frequently, but the eyeshadows just seemed like a miss for me. And then the last product that I want to talk about is the one that I've been getting asked the most questions on. The questions actually started coming in a while ago, and I've been trying to wait to talk about this one until we had a little bit more information on what exactly was all going down. I don't have a ton of information yet, so I might have to revisit this one in the future as well, but I'm going to talk about it because people keep asking about it. And it is the Trendmood by Ciate collab. So Trendmood is a super popular Instagram page that announces new makeup releases and prices and swatches, and just kind of keeps the makeup community up and up with everything. If I have a question on really any sort of makeup release, or I want to see a swatch, or I want to know a price or a release date, I go to Trendmood's Instagram and check it out. A lot of times when I'm thinking of what to do for a Will I Buy It, if I'm trying to figure out, okay, like what's new, what's coming up, I will go to the Trendmood Instagram page to get some inspiration. Fantastic page, so I was excited to see that there was going to be a collaboration with Ciate. So I'm reading from Bustle. It says they're collaborating on an eyeshadow palette which is completely crowdsourced. Trendmood, which is the ultimate makeup news and swatch source on Instagram, teamed up with the London-based brand to dive into the Ciate archives and resurrect colors that were never put into production. It's a new take on recycled beauty and reminds us that everything deserves a second chance, including a rejected eyeshadow hue. Trendmood has been asking fans and followers for their input on every detail and aspect of the palette, from the packaging shape to the shades themselves. So what it is going to be an eyeshadow palette. There's going to be 10 shades inside. I will leave a photo in here because we do have what the palette is going to look like. The sun just went so we'll see what the lighting looks like. Maybe it's coming back. So we have been able to see what the shades look like, and right now what Trendmood is doing on her Instagram is asking people to come up with names for it. From what I'm seeing, it looks like there's like 3 names that she picks and then people vote on them, so they're naming them as they go along. At the time of filming this video, the first 3 shades have been named, and then every like couple of days, it seems, she's posting a new photo, new swatch, and saying what should we name this one. Like the article said, that she's asked for input on what the packaging should look like, the shape of it, and I just think that's really cool. I think it's a really unique way to do a collab. Usually when a collab is going to come out, it's done and, you know, finalized, and then we just hear about it and 2 days later it releases. So I thought this was a really cool collaborative effort, and I just think that's super unique. I'm really down with that idea. I think it's super cool. As of right now, I could not find a release date and I could not find a price. So those are 2 really big things that I do not have that information yet. If I have it by the time this video goes up, which is really soon, so probably not, but I'll leave that in the description box below. Or if you guys have heard maybe an inkling of when it'll come out or what the price will be, please do leave it in the comments down below. I was not able to find that on Instagram, on Bustle or Allure or even the Trendmood website right now. All I'm seeing is, you know, naming of the shades, so I'm assuming that will come down the line. So especially the price is a really big piece that I would need to know, but I'm not gonna lie, I really like how the swatches looked. So I think the outer packaging was really cute and pretty, but the inside, like so right now it's called Rose Gold. That looks like to be the last one that was named. That shade is a rose gold. It looks gorgeous, but even Sneak Pink, which is like, it almost kind of reminds me of the Rosebud lipstick from Dose of Colors. That looks gorgeous, but there's like a beautiful orange and then some red tones, and there's also some blue in there. Like, I really like this palette, and I think it just looks really cool and really fun. Like, it's not an all neutral palette, it's not an all colorful palette, like there's kind of a mixture of everything in here. I like the way that Trendmood is going about it. I think that it's really fun. Of course, I can't say yet for sure because I don't have the price yet, so I don't know what it would be. Hopefully it would be something on the more affordable line, but as of right now, I'm gonna say that yes, I will probably purchase this palette. And I know that's so funny because I'm like, I don't need a lot of eyeshadow palettes, but when things really call out to me, they really do call out to me, and I just think this one is super cool. I think it would be really fun also to support Trendmood. Like I said, I've been following her for a very long time, and it's just really cool, and I can imagine how much effort must go into her Instagram page. So that's a lot to keep up on. That's a lot to post and get ready, and you know, hopefully she has helpers, and you know, she always says out there, you know, thank you to this page for telling me about this deal, and thank you to this person for this information, which I think is so awesome. Like, she gives credit where credit is due, and I appreciate that fact a lot. So without knowing the price, which is hard to say for sure, but I definitely am keeping my eye on that Trendmood and Ciate collab because I'm really feeling what is inside that palette, and I'm just super loving on how she is doing it and how the collaboration is going down. I think that's really cool. I think that's really unique. I would love to see more of that in the beauty community. I think it's awesome. So definitely keeping my eye on that palette. I can keep you guys updated with news as I hear it, of course. I can put it in another Will I Buy It video once we have the final pieces of the puzzle all put together, if you guys would want to see my final thoughts on it. I just did that recently with the Kat Von D and Too Faced collab, and my opinions actually changed from my first Will I Buy It to the second Will I Buy It that I did after the collection was actually here and released and we had all the information. So if you'd want to see a follow-up to this one, please do let me know. But a lot of you guys been asking me about this one from a while back, so I did want to talk about it, but you know, we don't have all of the information yet that I know of, so I can definitely talk about it again in the future. But I'd love to also know what you guys think about this collab. What do you think of how it's going? What do you think of the palette? Are you a follower of Trendmood? I'll leave her Instagram page down below as well, so you can see it and so you can get on in the voting of the names and things like that, because I just think I I just think it's so cool. I just think it's cool. So definitely got my eye on that one, but that is going to be the last product that I'm talking about for this week's Will I Buy It. Okay, so that's going to be it for my next Will I Buy It video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I'm so appreciative that you guys still continue to like these Will I Buy It's. This is why I turned it into a weekly series, my Will I Buy It Wednesday, because I just appreciate that we can just sit here and chat about makeup. I'm not actually like showing you guys any products or swatches or anything like that. We're just chatting like we're friends and giving each other our opinions and our feedback. That's why I appreciate your comments so much on these videos. And not only does it help me out, but hopefully you're helping out other people who are reading the comments as well. So thank you so much. Please do keep those comments coming in and the feedback about the products that we're talking about. Also make sure to leave me a comment. Let me know what you want to see in next week's Will I Buy It video, because of course I will be filming that shortly as well. So I would love to keep hearing what you guys want to see in these videos. But thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you taking your time to watch my videos and comment on them and just being supportive of me. I appreciate it with all of my heart. So thank you guys so much for coming by today. Please do give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Make sure you are subscribed before you go, and I'll catch you real soon in my next one. Bye.